Greetings and welcome to beautiful downtown Carlton, Oregon. It is Monday, October 5th, 2009, and today is the first day of harvest, and we are excited and ready to rock and roll. Grapes are picked out in the vineyard this morning. Pickers pick them into small little plastic buckets. Those buckets are dumped into harvest bins, which you see here on the truck. The truck has just arrived at the winery, and each of these harvest bins hold about 400 pounds of fruit, give or take. And when the truck arrives, we forklift them off, bring them into the winery, and we're ready to roll. This is winemaker Kelly Fox on the forklift, along with our harvest intern Jeff. Say hello, Jeff. So we bring the fruit into the crush pad. This is the crush pad part of the winery here. We weigh it all before we get ready to process it. We have to know exactly how much we've got in, and today we did about 8.5 tons from about 4.34 acres, block 10 up at Marsh Vineyard. There is all the fruit weighed and stacked up and ready to be processed. So what do we do with it? Well, you take each one of those harvest bins, get around the forklift, and then we load it onto the line. Pinot Noir likes to be treated by the gentlest means possible. You want to treat it like a newborn baby almost. You don't want to bruise it. You want to be gentle, careful, loving, graceful. So we work by gravity. We don't pump the grapes, we don't pump the juice. We let gravity do the work for us. So we create a little gravity here by raising the crush line up off the ground. This is about 12 feet up in the air. We load each box of grapes onto that little shelf there, and then you'll watch me tilt it up with the hydraulic motors, and then it gently dumps the grapes out onto the sorting table. And there we are, sorting the grapes. It's my partner Cameron Healy, his wife Susie, his nephew Kevin, his friend Hans, our bookkeeper Robin's in there somewhere, and we're looking for any underripe or overripe grapes, any signs of rot. We're pulling out any leaves, any twigs, any sticks that show up in there. We want only the cleanest, most beautiful fruit ending up in the fermentation tank. So sorting is the single most important thing that goes on in pretty much all of winemaking. So the grapes come off the conveyor belt and they go into this machine called the destemmer, which just gently knocks the grapes off the stems. The grapes come out here, down into this bin below. We let the grapes come down by gravity into that bin. So as the grapes shoot out here, at the other end, the stems shoot out into the compost bin, and those get turned into compost out at nurseries, and sometimes they're used in the vineyard as well. So it's a very clean, simple process. We like to end up with about 80 to 90% whole, uncrushed berry, if we can, going into the fermenter. This is not I Love Lucy, where you see people just stomping on the grapes. The way it really works with Pinot Noir is like this. You want to get nice, clean, whole berries and no stems going into the tank. So there's another box on the line, and we spent most of the day sorting. 8.5 tons took us maybe about 5 or 6 hours to run. We've got it dialed in pretty slow and pretty gentle. We want to really get those whole uncrushed berries, and we really want to take our time making sure that we get the best possible fruit going into the fermentation tanks. So it's basically a day long of sorting and getting that good fruit into the tank, and get to watch a little more fruit coming down the line here. And then in our next episode, you'll get to see what happens with all these grapes after we take them inside the winery and they start to turn into wine. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Paul Wright, and this is Harvest 2009 from Scott Paul Wines.